Earlier, I made a quick little post about how the new Dexter series is kind of off to a bad start because of some really bad writing choices. And I got more than a few people in my comments actually trying to argue that the choices they made weren't bad, so let's go through them more thoroughly. So in the last series, New Blood, after some very convoluted episodes, Dexter is arrested by his girlfriend Angela and thrown in jail. He then murders the cop named Logan who's supposed to be guarding him, escapes, and then subsequently gets shot by his son. If you've never watched the show, I'm not gonna try and explain why all this is happening, just bear with me. Anyway, the new show Dexter Resurrection basically opens up with Dexter in the hospital after getting shot, and while he's recovering, he's confused as to why he's not in a prison hospital or at least handcuffed to his bed or something because of all the stuff he's done. But it quickly comes to light that he's not even under arrest, he's just in the hospital. It turns out, Angela, the chief of police, just let Dexter go and ruled his murder of the other police officer self-defense.
What?
How the fuck does that make any amount of sense? To put things into perspective, Angela knows with almost absolute certainty that Dexter is a serial killer. She's also almost absolutely certain that he killed at least 3 other people in this town. When last we saw Angela, she was going after Dexter really hard with no signs that she was sympathetic towards him. Yes, he did lead her to evidence against the serial killer who killed her best friend, but even with that, it is completely out of character for Angela to just be like, "No, we cool actually," and just let Dexter go. And it's even more out of character for her to rule his murder of a cop in the middle of a police station, by the way, self-defense. By the way, the fuck does that even mean? In the scene where we're given this information, we're told by fucking Officer Exposition over here that Angela did all of this because
when she found that bullet hole in your cell, which proved that Logan had shot at you and you were just defending yourself, she felt like shit.
Teddy, alright, just, buddy, come here for a second. Are you fucking stupid? First of all, why the fuck would a bullet hole in the wall of the cell automatically prove that Dexter was just acting in self-defense and Logan shot at him unprovoked? As if there's definitely no other reason an officer would discharge his weapon at a suspect in custody. And second of all, why the fuck do you believe that that's what happened? Pretending for a second that it makes any amount of sense for Angela to do a complete 180 and cover for Dexter when she knows he's a killer, it still makes no sense for Officer Exposition or literally anybody else in Iron Lake to believe Angela when she says that Logan went crazy, tried to kill Dexter unprovoked, and Dexter had to kill him to protect himself. Logan was not only a police officer, but also an active member of the community. He fucking coached the high school wrestling team. And in a small town like Iron Lake, it's safe to say that most of the people there were his friends, or at least knew him pretty well. So you expect me to believe that Angela tells a bunch of people who know Logan that he tried to murder a man in custody unprovoked, hits him with a
It's obviously self-defense,
takes her daughter and disappears from the town, and everybody just accepts that? Nobody thinks that sounded fishy? Nobody's trying to talk to Dexter because he's the only other person that was actually there? The cop who worked with Logan isn't trying to go over Angela's head to some higher authority to get their eyes on this? Not a single person who should be is even the least bit curious about the extremely fishy circumstances of their friend's death? It's just so stupid. And that is kind of just the tip of the iceberg for the stupid shit in Dexter Resurrection. There is a lot that happens later throughout the series, especially in the end, but I think I'll save that for another video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.